Welcome everyone to my latest project. If you're new to my channel, thank you for joining me. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for your continued support. In today's video, an almost century-old buffet is being transformed and updated. With a failing finish, warping support frames, and even a hidden treasure. Grab your coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy as I take you on this journey back in time. I'm Katarina. I live in northern rural Alberta and restore and refinish furniture. Welcome to my shop. The buffet that I'm showcasing here today is from a client. I have been working with this client over the last several months, and in the past I had worked on an upright china cabinet for her, as well as 6 dining room chairs that I refinished and restored for her. The upright china cabinet was gifted to her oldest son, and this buffet is being gifted to her youngest son. One of the many reasons why I love working on antique and vintage pieces is because of the story that comes with it. When this client's mother passed away in 1985, she had given her all her furniture as she had just purchased a new house and had always had the intention behind having it refinished. Prior to her receiving the furniture, it had already been in storage for about 10 years at that time, and so it really desperately needed to have someone look at it and take care of it at that point. When I began working on this piece, after removing the mirror, I came across something really unusual at first. I wasn't sure what I was looking at, but then realized that these clippings were from 1925. And the mirror itself was from 1932, I believe. This would make this cabinet almost 100 years old, and I thought that was something so special. Make no mistake, this piece required a ton of prep work, not only with scraping, but the cleaning and the decal removal and the repair work was an unbelievable amount of work. Even the wheels gave me a hard time to remove. Nothing about this piece was simple or easy at all. But I powered through it and got it done. A quick stop in at my local home hardware and on to the next day of work. And if you're still hanging out with me, please consider subscribing to help support my channel. I really appreciate it, and thanks so much! It was at this point that I recognized that this top had a serious issue, and that was it had a major grease stain on it. And the best way that I know how to deal with grease is by using a baking soda vinegar mixture. This combination works wonders, and it helps pull the grease stain out of the wood, allowing you to get a nice, beautiful finish with your stain once everything is dried and prepped properly. The next big issue I was up against was trying to figure out how to make this drawer close properly. I was not quite sure at first how I was going to achieve it, but I did figure it out at the end. The first attempt was to remove this bar, this support beam, but it was connected on either end of the structure, and so removing it would have been impossible, as you can see here. The second repair was something that I had learned off of YouTube, and that was to soak the wood and then do my best to try to straighten the warp out of the wood. But again, because it was structurally intact with the piece itself, it was really difficult to get that repaired properly. After talking with my client and giving her the options of what was last available, we opted to gently shave down the bottom of the drawer. And because the piece was so old and it was being stained in a darker color, this actually ended up being the best option and was the least noticeable in terms of repair work. There are 3 drawers that come with this buffet, and each one had its own share of issues. This one in particular was really difficult to get the bottom panel out, and so I ended up using my hammer to help me remove the bottom panel. Once this was done, I was then able to scrape the piece down, sand it, and prep it for stain, as well as prep it for application of the drawer liner. Oftentimes when I am having a conversation with someone and they ask me what it is that I do, and I tell them that I restore furniture or refinish furniture, I think a lot of times people think that that's just painting. But it really isn't. There's so much more to furniture restoration and working through the process of trying to sort out the source of the problem and how to best fix it for this piece or a piece. And it really is a challenge sometimes, and that's one of the elements that I love most about refinishing furniture and restoration, is that it's a constant challenge to figure out a problem, and it's one that I love to do, and one that really encourages me each time I work on a piece to keep going and to better myself while I'm working on my craft. So it's something I don't take for granted, and I love it. for this piece is inspired by my client's dining room table. They wanted me to achieve an ash color on this buffet. So what I ended up mixing together is a classic gray stain and a true black stain. And I first applied the classic gray all over the entire piece, and then I left that to dry and went back and applied 2 coats of the true black over top of the classic gray to achieve the ash color. Beautiful pewter colored knobs and several top coats later, and this piece is finally complete. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for watching. See you next time.